I don't know about you, but I would be lying if I said my life doesn't get overwhelming at times. Often I find myself watching the Fairly Odd Parents intro and thinking, damn, imagine if life was that easy. I want you to imagine your biggest desire in life, something you want more than anything else. Imagine if it was literally just handed to you in a matter of seconds. Would that make your life awesome or depressing? Of course, the answer to that question depends on the desire, but I can almost assure you, after watching the movie Aladdin, you will be happy that it doesn't work that way. I love this movie for various reasons. We can complain about the inconsistencies with Disney live-action remakes all day, but in my opinion, this is one of the better remakes. What I want to talk about in this video is the meaningful messages I got out of it. Ones that have seriously stuck with me through all these months, and will hopefully stick with you as well. My first point is how this movie relates to the art of manifestation. The power of the genie sort of reminds me of the universe in a way. I'm a firm believer of writing my goals down using various techniques and having the infinite wisdom of the universe take care of the rest. However, this movie opened my eyes a bit to see that the universe is more than just some genie that's going to grant me any wish. A lot of times, that's how people think of the universe. It's always, what can I get? What do I need? And rarely ever, how can I help other people? In this case, anyone who rubs the lamp is never going to wish for something that's not benefiting them. They are self-absorbed and lack self-awareness that no matter how much they have, it will ultimately never be enough. If all of our wishes instantaneously came true in a matter of seconds, we wouldn't really learn anything, we wouldn't grow. Anybody can pray, dream, and write about how much they want to be a prince all they want to, but without the proper wisdom and knowledge that comes with it, it's pretty much worthless in the end. Another issue that I've had to realize myself is, although it's great to have as big of an imagination as possible, there's a danger that comes with the assumption that we can have whatever we want. I remember the first time I was told about this method of writing down my desires and being very specific when I do so.
Be specific with your words. The deal is in the detail.
It's definitely a powerful technique, don't get me wrong, but from my own experience at least, I've realized that while specificity is important, too much of it can be very toxic, and probably won't happen, to be honest. There's a difference between a genuine desire and a desire that's kind of ridiculous, for lack of a better term. For example, imagine some naive 16-year-old saying he wants $1 quadrillion overnight just because. Now be in God's shoes, like, how can you take that seriously? Whereas for a genie, it's like, well, alright, here you go, have fun destroying the world with your greed. That's the difference between the two. That's why I don't like thinking of the universe as some genie, because I know at the end of the day, it wants to help me achieve what's best for me, instead of being some addictive weapon that's going to lead to my destruction. That leads me to the next topic of the video, the ego that comes with success.
Here's the thing about wishes. The more you have, the more you want.
That's not me.
Aladdin wishes to be a prince so he can have the chance to marry Jasmine. The intent makes sense at first, using the lamp to bypass some stupid law saying he can't be in a relationship with somebody, but the issue arrives later on in the movie once he finally gains her father's trust. The lie of being a prince gets to his head because it gets him exactly what he wanted.
People see what they want to see. Aladdin is gone. I'm Prince Ali now.
So, you just never tell her the truth? You're gonna keep living the lie.
It's not a lie. People can change.
Oh, they can change already.
Eventually, Aladdin is forced to learn the importance of authenticity, which I'll get to in a minute. Of course, he isn't the only one with an ego problem in this movie though. Jafar shows similarities to the devil at times. Due to years of humiliation and neglect, he is led to believe revenge is the only option. Unlike Aladdin though, he uses his wishes for absolute evil once he finally gets his hands on the lamp. Each one of his wishes, one after the other, gets more and more egotistical until it finally leads to his destruction. This is a point that I've made in my video on Emperor's New Groove, that ego can be a great tool, but without control of it, you buy too much into the idea that material items make you above other people, when in reality, all of that nonsense is an illusion. Throughout most of the story, Aladdin has no confidence in himself. His wish to be a prince starts off as a harmless attempt to get closer to the princess, but then he starts using it as a way to keep himself from being rejected. The genie repeatedly warns him that his lies are only going to come back to haunt him.
Prince Ali got you to the door, but Aladdin has to open it.
Jasmine smells the BS right off the bat, and it isn't very hard for her to figure out he's Aladdin in disguise.
Oh, look at him, he's trying so hard. Then that's the problem.
He believes pretending is the only way he has a realistic shot at getting love, and for that, I feel for him.
People like me don't get anything except by pretending.
It's funny because at the beginning of the movie, Aladdin's true personality was enough to win over the heart of Jasmine, but it's almost like as soon as he realizes she's a literal princess, he becomes intimidated by her and puts her on a pedestal. The question he has to answer for himself is it really worth all the extra drama that comes with lying his way through life, or is it better to let it all go in hopes of something less forced? Luckily for him, his blue friend makes it very clear which direction would be wisest to run towards.
The more you gain by pretending, the less you're actually gonna have.
Although Aladdin is given the opportunity to marry the princess by the end of the film anyway, the important thing is he was willing to give it all up and go in a completely different direction. He even uses his third wish for the benefit of someone other than himself. It might sound cliche to say that with great power comes great responsibility, but sometimes cliches are true. We all have the power inside of us. It isn't just in some king, some princess, some genie, and we certainly don't need some magical lamp to achieve what it is we wish to achieve. And even if it did work that way, not only would this world be dominated by devilry and greed, but it wouldn't be as satisfying as the journey itself.